Guys, it's Lisa and we are in our van, our new van, because we actually bought a really big van so that all of our kids could fit comfortably in there. And we are headed for Denver for a birthday weekend for one of my kids. And I thought I would make a video of how I am navigating my Bright Lane eating while we're out and about. And let me see, I haven't made a video for a long time because for like 5 days, but I haven't made a video for a while because we had a pretty crazy week as far as doctor's appointments, and we sold our RV, and we just had a bunch of other stuff going on, so it was kind of crazy. And sometime I'll tell you the long story about selling our RV and how it was just kind of anticlimactic. Anyway, so I haven't told you guys that this is day 6 of a second round of the 14-day challenge for me, because I was feeling like I was getting kind of slack with my lines. So I did the, yeah, I see him back there. I was feeling like I was getting kind of slack with my lines, so I decided to reboot. So this is day 6, and I haven't strayed, not once. And it's kind of amazing how there's just something mental about doing the 14-day challenge. It just made it like, it just kind of mentally like made me go, oh no, I can't have anything, because I've never crossed my lines with flour and sugar. I'm sure I've mentioned that before. But the snacking and the little bit of almond milk in my coffee here and there was starting to add up, and I think that was really slowing my weight loss. So I'm excited. I did my first weigh-in on Monday starting, and I'm excited to not this Monday, but the following Monday will be my weigh-in. I'm excited to see how much I lost on the 14-day challenge. Hopefully a lot, hopefully enough to take me into a new zone. But anyway, we are heading to Denver, and I am just going to film my food while we're on this trip. Hey guys, so we just arrived at the aquarium where we are going to go there first before we go to the hotel to do our swimming. So normally at the end of this, we have a membership, so we get like a free drink with it or whatever. So we used to stop, and I used to get a Diet Coke and have some snacks and things like that. And so yeah, we won't be doing that. And I'll have a chance to show you the snack bar in the place of all the evil.
I don't know, but I need to get a video to represent how it moves.
It's like a little fish with legs.
Mom, what is that? Snack bar where we used to get sodas. I would get a Diet Coke, but then we would eat some completely unhealthy snack. So today we're not getting anything. Even my kids aren't getting anything. I'm not getting anything. My kids aren't getting anything.
Day at the aquarium, and we just got back to our hotel, and I am getting ready to make my dinner, and we're just eating dinner in the hotel tonight. So this won't be as difficult as tomorrow will be, because tomorrow will be more eating out. But for tonight, I brought my dinner, and I will show you what it is. I also brought my kids' dinner. This isn't like just me, because I don't want them eating a whole bunch of junk either. So anyway, I'll show you. So I brought my cinnamon apple spiced tea with me because it is about the only tea I like that doesn't need sweetener. It's so strong with cinnamon that it doesn't need cinnamon. And I brought my amla fruit powder that I put in because it's just extra antioxidants. I feel like it helps prevent me from getting a cold when we are out and about. And it's just, let me see, I'm trying to look. I don't even, it has like 10 calories in it or something. It's not a huge amount, and it has no sugar, no soy, no anything in there. Just it's just organic powder. So anyway, that is what I brought to have after dinner, and also if I get hungry. Here is my rather unattractive dinner. I forgot silverware, so I had to use a carrot to dig out my nut butter. I also forgot to put my nut butter. I actually forgot a fat, so my husband ran to Walmart to get me some cashew butter so I could have my fat, because I didn't want to be starving when I'm going to be faced with so many other things. And so I have 4 ounces of hummus, which was just prepackaged hummus from Costco that we brought, and then the cashew butter, and then I brought some pre-washed vegetables that were just prepackaged, and I have carrots and broccoli. And I am starving, so this looks really, really good. And I'm going to dip them, and I'm going to make them last for a very long time, and then I'm going to have my tea. It has has been a very long night here. My baby, who is normally an amazing sleeper, decided to pretty much scream and cry all night. I, in fact, thought that our neighbors were going to complain. It was so loud. And none of us got any sleep. Nonetheless, we're heading down for breakfast. My other's already had to me. I have my scale, and my oldest son is 14, and he's like, yeah, I used to be embarrassed that you'd bring your scale everywhere. And he's like, but now I just know you bring your scale everywhere. So, see, everything becomes normal. So I'm going to go down. I haven't even seen what they have on the buffet. It's a Holiday Inn, so I know that they have cinnamon rolls because the Holiday Inn, I'm pretty sure that they have, that it's the Holiday Inn Express or whatever. I think that they're not famous for, but they kind of include that in their thing where they're like, yeah, we have fresh baked cinnamon rolls. So we know I won't be having those, and we also know that because I've been doing this for a while, the smell is hopefully not even going to tempt me. There's not a huge amount of choice if you're me, because I also don't do dairy, but if you did dairy, they have milk and no cereal really. I mean, no real approved cereals. However, they do have this Quaker oatmeal, which I thought about, and I would have used in an emergency, but I brought Triscuits with me, so I'm actually going to do Triscuits. Their fruit is somewhat limited. You know how I am obsessive with bananas, and they have no bananas, so I ended up doing 6 ounces of oranges. And here they have the infamous cinnamon roll, which I didn't get any, and actually the smell didn't even really affect me. Over here, if you didn't have a kid with a peanut allergy, you could do peanut for your protein. And then they also have other things you could do for your protein, like eggs and bacon and sausage. And then nothing over here was really doable because it all has flour in it. And that was pretty it. So I'll show you what I actually ended up doing. So what I actually ended up doing was 6 ounces of oranges, and then I had brought my own Triscuits, so an ounce of Triscuits. And then if you guys remember, my husband went and got me some cashew butter last night for my fat because I didn't bring any with dinner, and so I already had cashew butter. So I went ahead and did that. Now if I didn't have this with me, I would have done the oatmeal, the plain oatmeal for my grain. I still would have done the 6 ounces of oranges, and if I didn't have the nut butter with me, I would have done the 2 ounces of the walnuts that they have to go on the oatmeal. But that would not have been my preference, so that's what I did, and it worked out. I'm back from breakfast, and I just wanted to tell you that I do normally bring backup. It was good to see that I could have done it without backup, but I usually do bring Triscuits with me because that is basically because we were in Estes Park one time while I was doing Brightline, and I ended up getting oatmeal, and it was seriously the worst oatmeal I've ever had, and I felt really trapped as that being my grain. And you know, you get 1 grain a day, so it's such a treat, and to have it be awful really traumatized me. So I usually bring Triscuits, and I also usually bring bananas, and I did have bananas with me this time, except I fed them all to the baby. So oranges were fine, but most hotels do have some sort of fruit. But I could have, like I said, I could have made it work if I would have had to make it work with what they had. But I did bring a little bit of backup. Sorry, I keep putting my hand in front of the camera. But now I'm back in the room. I'm getting ready to do my hair. I dyed my hair the other day, and I did a really terrible job. I don't know if it was just because my hair was dry, but it drank up a ton of color in some places and not in other places. Now I have this odd colored hair. So I am getting ready to do my hair. My kids are swimming with my husband because the water is way cold. And I have the baby with me because the water's too cold for her too. But while I'm up here, I do have my tea. My apple tea with so there's my cinnamon apple tea, and then I did put my Amla fruit powder in it. And I learned about Amla fruit on the How Not to Die from the How Not to Die book, and it's a really great antioxidant. And when we're traveling and stuff, I especially think it's important to try to get some of that into me and my family, just so we don't get sick during cold and flu season. And so far so good. It might just be because we haven't been exposed. It might just be we've been lucky. It might be the Amla. I don't know, but it doesn't hurt. I looked up like toxicity levels and everything, and it seems like, you know, small dosages are totally healthy, totally fine. So I did that, and then also as a treat today, I'm having a black coffee because I got about an hour and a half of sleep last night. So I hope this isn't a slippery slope for me where I'm unable to give up coffee. I don't think it will be, but I'm having a black coffee. It's going to be a long day. I also wanted to mention that the only thing that I'm really struggling with now that I've been on Brightline for a while, I really no longer crave the flour and the sugar. Like, they had the cinnamon rolls and stuff, and it didn't even look good to me. That didn't look good at all. The thing I am struggling with is sometimes, especially big days like today, where we get up. We had a long day yesterday. Like, I went to the dog park in the morning and then did some stuff with my kids, and then we cleaned up to get ready for the dog sitter and the house sitter. And then we went to the aquarium, and then we got home, and then we swam, and then, you know, we had dinner in the room, and then we swam. And then the baby was up all night, and then this morning we're getting up. The boys are swimming. I would be swimming with them if it wasn't so darn cold. And then we're gonna go have Chinese food today. We'll see how that goes. And then we're gonna go to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, which is a lot of walking. So the thing I really struggle with is sometimes I am legitimately hungry, like legitimately hungry. It's not that I want the flour and the sugar and stuff like that, but I just think, could I have like more broccoli? Could I have a little bit more hummus? I really do. And that was kind of what I was getting into before on busy days. That was what I was talking about when I would be like, well, why don't I allow myself a little almond milk or a banana or an extra ounce of hummus? And that's why I'm doing the 14-day challenge. But that is probably my biggest struggle, is when I am truly hungry and just remembering, hey, this weight loss journey, I want to keep it short. Once I'm on maintenance, I can eat when I'm hungry. And I can have that, you know, I'll have that grain. I'll have a grain like with each meal instead of only once a day. And I just need to keep my eye on the prize, because sometimes that hunger can be really, really powerful when you feel that growling in your stomach and you feel like, wow, I would really like to eat right now. And like yesterday, I looked at my, I have a Garmin on, and I looked at my Garmin, and I had gone 17,000 steps. So yes, I was hungry. But so the nice thing about the 14-day challenge is it's a good reboot, because I can say, all right, this is day like 7 for me. It's day 7, I think. No, it might be no, it's not day 7, it's day 6. Day 6, but it's only 14 days. So if I can just get past the 14 days, then I'll be fine. Then I won't want to break the cycle, so it'll be 15 days, 16 days. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going to go do my hair, and I will be filming from the Chinese food place, wherever that may be. We're at the mall, and we are going to go in and have some Chinese food. And I know you're probably thinking, wow, couldn't you pick any place fancier than the mall? However, the mall has a Chinese food place that doesn't have peanuts. It's a peanut-free place, and since we have a child that is severely allergic to peanuts, that is the place we chose. So we're heading in. Hey guys, we're at the mall, and I went to this place called Mad Greens because they had it, so I realized what a great option that would be. And I'll show you what I got. This is called the Siam I Am salad, and I've actually got one, and I'm going to share it with my son. So it has kale and all sorts of greens, and it's actually packed in there. And it has tofu, and it has a ginger sesame dressing. So because it was really hard to get anything separate, I did not realize that there's quinoa on top. So my son, when we split it into this extra bowl, he'll be taking the top part that has the quinoa. And we had very light dressing, which I'm guessing will be about 0.5, especially after I share it. And then there's tofu for protein, and I did get it without peanuts. So it's probably actually going to be on the lighter side as far as what I'm allotted once I share it, but I feel really good about it. I feel like it's a pretty solid meal without making me into a crazy person that has to separate and weigh everything. Okay, I also wanted to mention that one of the huge differences, even though this is one of the only, I've occasionally done a non-weighed thing when I've been out, but a little more separate than this, but one of the big differences that I've noticed is before I did Brightline, I would have gone and I would have seen the large size, and I would have been like, well, it's healthy, so I'll get the large size. And I actually ordered the regular size, and then I knew I was splitting it, so I knew my portions would be lower than I would even need, so I felt pretty safe with that. There's something about losing weight and taking care of yourself that makes you want to shave your legs and use better skincare and be soft and smell good. So because I've been making really good choices lately and I've lost probably like 35 pounds so far, I am going to treat myself and go into Bath and Body Works and choose something yummy. Heading into Bath and Body Works, it's kind of a madhouse here today, which is one of the reasons I made a choice to not try to be super picky with separating out various vegetables. The people behind the counters just did not have time. But I'm going into Bath and Body Works. I'll let you know what I get because I'm not sure I can push a stroller and and film at the same time. And let me just show you down here, the child that was up all night is now sleeping peacefully while the rest of us run around being super tired. We're back in the car and we are heading to the Museum of Nature and Science, but I wanted to show you the stuff I got from not Bed Bath & Beyond, Bath & Body Works. Okay. Actually, I was having a hard time holding it up while we're driving, so I kind of put it back in its bag, but I got the Love and Sunshine body spray. I got the peach body spray, and then I got warm vanilla sugar down there somewhere. And then I also got 5 of these little hand sanitizers. I used to get the lotions and stuff, and I really do still like those for like a foot rub and stuff, should I ever be able to convince anyone to do that. But I don't like to smear it all over. My husband just cleared his throat. I don't like to do that all over my body anymore, just because everything that goes on your skin pretty much goes right into your system, and so I don't need any more junk in my system. And the body sprays and stuff I can spray on my clothes. So anyway, that is what I got, and we're headed to the Museum of Nature and Science. So we've left the Museum of Nature and Science and we are headed home after our weekend, and I am starting to realize that with lunch there was probably an ounce of tofu in there, and I shared it, and I probably had about 6 ounces of vegetables, and I probably had 0.5 with the fat, but I didn't have any fruit, and I probably had maybe an ounce of tofu, and right now I am starving. So let's see how fast we can get home so I can eat. Okay, so we're back home, and after realizing that I was so concerned about feeding my family and getting through this huge chaotic mall and making sure there were no peanuts and stuff like that, and just getting my vegetables, and then realizing, oh my gosh, I forgot my fruit, I probably only had 1 ounce of protein, I am starving. So my biggest downfall with this is going to be just remembering not to overcompensate. That meal is done, it's over. That doesn't mean I get to add 3 extra ounces of protein. It doesn't mean I get to add extra fat. It doesn't mean I get to add extra vegetables. And I need to just get that in my head and remember this. So this meal is completely separate. So this is what I'm having for dinner now that we are home. Okay, so I have 5 ounces of raw vegetables with the broccoli and the carrots. And then here I stir-fried mushrooms and peppers and onions and some kale, and I used liquid smoke and some balsamic vinegar and a little bit of soy sauce, and it really gives it a meaty flavor, so it kind of makes those vegetables go a little bit further, at least for me. And then I have 4 ounces of veggie burger, carefully weighed, which is why I have this little doohickey on top. And then for my fat, I used cashew butter because I really like dipping my carrots in it, and I didn't have a big salad tonight, so I didn't need that for my dressing. And this will conclude my meal. I will probably have some amla tea after that, just to kind of be a closing thing to remind me that I should not eat anymore. And so far, so good. I think tomorrow's my day 7 of my 14-day challenge, and I'm doing really well.